What is going on, everybody? My name is Keenan Costain, and welcome back to another episode of Hornets Recaps. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing the Charlotte Hornets victory over the Denver Nuggets, 110 to 87, the final score. And without further ado, let's go over the recap and some notes from this game. Looking at the box score from this game, we have Brandon Miller leading the way with 23 points on 4 3-pointers made, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a plus minus 16 on the floor for this game. And we also had the next highest scorer, that being Ryan Kalkbrenner with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, and 23 minutes of court time for him. And with Colin Sexton having 14 points with 2 rebounds and 5 assists in this contest. So the players leading the way in this one. And shout out to Con Knipple as well with 14 points with only 2 3-pointers made in this contest with 3 assists and 4 rebounds in this game. Taking a look at the team stats from this game, the Hornets shot a 49.4% to the Denver Nuggets 40.5%. The three-pointers, not really the greatest, 32.4% to Denver's 21.1%. And the free throw battle was won by the Hornets, shooting 84% to the Denver's 83.3% from the free throw line. Total rebounds, not even close, 52 to 29. Hornets win that one, 16 offensive and 8 offensive for Denver, and 36 defensive to the Denver's 21. Assists, 30 to 21. Hornets win that one. And yet the Hornets did not win this category, which is the blocks category, with the Denver Nuggets having 5 and the Charlotte Hornets having 3 steals. Denver winning that one 7-4. In turnover battle, the Hornets had the most at 12 turnovers to the Denver Nuggets having 8 points off turnovers, 16-12. The Denver Nuggets winning that one. Fast break, 17-13 Denver. Points in the paint, not even close. 62 for Charlotte, 32 for Denver. And points per possession, 1.20 for Charlotte and 1.00 for Denver. Personal fouls was led by the Charlotte Hornets with 19. And the biggest lead in this contest was a 33 point lead. And Denver uh, wasn't even close to having a largest lead during this game. It was also a back-to-back game coming from the Golden State Warriors game, which I talked about in the last video that I made, which you can click right now. And it was a response in a back-to-back situation that the Hornets have really done pretty well all season long. And I don't know the record per se, and I'll make a title note in this video somewhere down below about the current stat for that. But it was a but nonetheless, it was a great response for the Charlotte Hornets from a back-to-back situation once again. And also, LaMelo Ball didn't have to play much during this game. Only had 10 points in about 23 minutes of court time, and yet he was able to start in the Denver Nuggets game that took place on Sunday night, and which was great to see for the LaMelo Ball fans. With this road trip being concluded, being done, the Hornets have a 3-2 record on this road trip, beating the Utah Jazz, Los Angeles Lakers, and the Denver Nuggets on this road trip. So 3 wins, 2 losses. The 2 losses coming from the Los Angeles Clippers and the Golden State Warriors during this road trip. And this is a big step for them winning on this road trip throughout the year, getting the wins on higher Western Conference teams, I should say. And the last time that the Hornets have actually done well on a road trip, you have to go back to the 2017-2018 season where the Charlotte Hornets had Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, and Marvin Williams on the team, and the Hornets finished on a 3-1 record on a road trip back in 2017-2018. So it has been a long time since the Hornets have actually done well on a road trip during the season. And throughout the years after that, of course, they would finish a couple games at 500 with James Borrego as head coach for for a couple of seasons during his time as the Hornets head coach. Speaking of LaMelo Ball, Warriors power forward Draymond Green said this about LaMelo Ball being benched in the last few games and the Hornets organization about tanking.
Because the Charlotte Hornets is a team that is tanking right in your face in plain sight. The fact that they have LaMelo Ball coming off the bench, I found very interesting. They are a much worse team and so easy to guard when LaMelo's not on the floor.
So those are interesting words from Warriors power forward Draymond Green on his Draymond Green Show podcast that was uploaded a few days after the Warriors beat the Charlotte Hornets on their home floor. And with this reaction from me is personally a head scratcher, and it's really weird to hear a person that has the accolades from a dynasty that he's been with for so long, and yet look, Draymond Green has done things over the years that has really gotten people's attention with technical fouls, the comments he's made over the media, including this one. So with this, I'm going to go over 4 reasons why LaMelo Ball has done well for this team. So number one, LaMelo Ball has played good over the last few games. And what I mean by that, LaMelo Ball has actually played in those games and has actually contributed in those games. I mean, he's played good, but he hasn't played great in all of them. I mean, just look at the Lakers game that took place a couple of days ago, where he had 30, and the next night he struggled. And because with him being on the floor has really helped the team's chemistry, and that's really, really important. Number two, Draymond Green is correct about how the Hornets are horrible without him on the floor. That is a well-known fact. LaMelo Ball, without him being on the floor, is a totally different team. And the closest guy that could step up in LaMelo's place is either Miles Bridges and Concanipple that are putting up pretty consistent numbers, especially Miles Bridges throughout his tenure in Charlotte, averaging 19 points a night. So Draymond Green is right about LaMelo Ball and about how the Hornets are horrible without him on the floor. And number three, and I think this is the most important thing to remember. With LaMelo Ball coming off the bench, the Charlotte Hornets organization is protecting LaMelo Ball from getting hurt. Going back to the Denver Nuggets game that took place a couple days ago, he only played 19 minutes of court time because the game was decided early. Again, going back to my stats, 33-point lead was the largest lead of the game. And LaMelo Ball did his thing, was able to play in those games during the road trip, and look where the Hornets are now. They are 9-9 throughout 18 games so far. In those games that the Hornets have won, again, look at the opponents. The Utah Jazz by 55, the Lakers by 18, and the Denver Nuggets by 23 points. And LaMelo Ball played in those games on the road trip, 3-2 record. Draymond Green, I understand you enjoy having a podcast and you want to get out to your fans that want to have a good idea on what happens in a everyday perspective of a basketball player, but just make a better point. Make a better point on what the Charlotte Hornets are trying to do. And if you don't understand that, then you shouldn't talk about it like that. And finally, number 4, is this going to be a recurring theme for LaMelo when it comes to back-to-back games during the season and beyond because of his injury history? For me personally, I hope it doesn't be that way because LaMelo Ball, I think, is an important piece. But again, I wouldn't mind having LaMelo Ball, you know, play a certain role when he needs to, but LaMelo Ball needs to continue to be ready in those situations. And LaMelo Ball needs to continue to be healthier and throughout the NBA season. I really think that needs to change for LaMelo Ball as a player and as a person as well. Sure, he likes to have fun, but I really think some things that still need to improve in order for the Hornets to be a successful franchise going forward. Sorry to have this episode on such a down note, but this had to be said. This had to be spoken about. This caught my attention for sure. And I've been listening to other podcasts' opinion, and I want to get my opinion on this since I've been doing this for a little while now and trying to be more consistent on uploading these sort of things and sort of stats and sort of reactions to this channel. So that'll do it for another episode of Hornets Recaps. Again, my name is Keenan Costain, and if you like what you see, feel free to give it a like and subscribe down below for more. And we'll see what happens in the next game against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Wednesday back home at Spectrum Center. So it's the Charlotte Hornets' first game back in a little over a week and a half to 2 weeks now. So that'll be really exciting. And let's see if they can finally keep a momentum going after a successful road trip. Again, trying to use the record off this latest road trip. And we'll see what happens come Wednesday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And until next time, this is Keenan Costain signing off. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll be back with you later on. All right. Bye, guys.